Mike Singer, and today I'm gonna be showing you guys how much I hate every team. Let's start off by looking at this tier list. The top we have the Eagles, the teams I hate, the teams I don't really like, meh, kind of really like, and the Cowboys, my favorite team. So let's just start with the teams I hate. So obviously I have the Eagles. I just don't like them, obviously, because I'm a Cowboys fan. And I just don't like the entire NFC East. I don't like the Giants, the Commanders, and there's other teams here like the 49ers, the Packers, and Cardinals and Steelers. The Cardinals might be a little surprising, but like every time they play us, they always beat us. And like it kind of gets on my nerves because like they're not even that good. Pittsburgh, the 70s, like they kept beating us in the Super Bowl, and yeah, I don't really like that. I didn't really appreciate that. The 49ers, they keep beating us in the playoffs. And the Packers, they also beat us in the playoffs. And, like, they put up 48 points on us a few years ago in that playoff game. And they were the 7th seed, traveling to the 2 seed, which I didn't really appreciate. And always teams I don't really like. So the Raiders, I just don't really like them for some reason. I can't really just tell you why, but I don't like them. The Texans, I don't really like them that much. Mostly because, like, C.J. Stroud, he's bad. Like, he should be better. And, if C.J. Stroud becomes good, then maybe I'll like the Texans again. But also, like, being in the Texas state, like, it's kind of annoying because, like, obviously the Cowboys here, we should be, like, the Texas team. And lastly, we have the Jets. It's just annoying that the Jets keep failing over and over again. And it just gets annoying after a while. So I don't really like them. Here are the meh teams. Teams I don't really care about. The Dolphins. They probably should go on kind of like. But because of like their failures the past few years, I'm putting them meh. Because I used to like the Dolphins. And it was the Vikings. I like Justin Jefferson, but that's kind of really it. And the Vikings, they haven't had pretty good quarterback play. The Buccaneers, they're probably closer to kind of like most of the teams here, but they're okay for me. Sometimes we beat them, sometimes they beat us, and I guess I'll be looking forward to a Week 5 matchup this year. The Falcons, now I probably should kind of like them, but like they're a young team. But I don't like the Falcons because one time last season, not last season, but in 2024, they beat us 27-21, which just kind of ticks me off. So I don't really like them. The Browns, kind of same thing as the Jets, but Shedeur Sanders is on the Browns, and I believe he can be a good quarterback. So I'm putting him in meh. The Kansas City Chiefs, they're the Chiefs, and they keep winning. So I'm putting them in meh. I probably put them on don't really like, but because of this past season, I'm just gonna put them in meh. The Panthers, they beat us last year. We keep beating them, but they beat us last season, and Rico Dowdle went off against us, and I don't really like that. The Titans, they kind of like the Browns and Jets. They just keep failing, but outside of Cam Ward, they don't really have any bright spots. I guess kind of Tate. You have a couple other guys, but yeah, they're okay. And the Colts, they're also just okay. They have Jonathan Taylor and Daniel Jones, I guess. So they're okay. Kind of have the Saints because they look like they have some promise. I don't think they're gonna win the division this season, but next season, possibly. I kind of like them. Tyler Shutt, he looks like he's gonna be pretty good. And the Bears. So the Bears, I kind of like them because they got really lucky this past season. And this was kind of insane, but they beat the Packers in the playoffs. So I guess I can appreciate them for doing that. The Patriots, it was fun seeing them going that 10 or 11 game winning streak in the middle of the season before they lost to the Bills. But, Drake May, he's a pretty likable guy, and so is the Patriots organization. And I was a football fan before, like, the Tom Brady era, so, yeah, most people probably put them in, like, don't really like, but I put them in kind of like. The Jaguars, I also put them here because, like, Trevor Lawrence, he's a likable guy. The Jaguars look like they have a bright future of Liam Cohen and all those guys. So I put them in kind of like. Actually, I have like the defending Super Bowl champions, Seattle Seahawks. I actually kind of like them because, like, they're the Super Bowl champions, and Tim Donald, he had a pretty crazy story. Like, from being a bust to a champion. First 2018 quarterback to win a ring, which is kind of insane. The Chargers, Justin Herbert is pretty likable. And, the Chargers are just kind of cool. And Cincinnati, like, I want to see them get back to the playoffs. But they just never invest in their offensive line or defense. And I don't think they're going to make the playoffs again this year, if you check out my predictions. But I think they're going to be mid-team. Like, I keep predicting them to make the playoffs. They don't make the playoffs, so I think they're not going to make the playoffs. They addressed their defense, but they kind of abandoned their offensive line, which I think is going to be a really big issue. But, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, they're all pretty cool. I just really like the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, he's likable. And, they're a local team, so they're, like, pretty cool. And I'd rather see them, like, win a Super Bowl and all that. The Broncos. I like the Broncos. I kind of wish they made the Super Bowl. I wish Bo Nix didn't get hurt after that divisional game. Because I think the Super Bowl would have been more entertaining. Past few Super Bowls have not been that good. The Eagles blew out the Chiefs. Seahawks blew out the Patriots. So hopefully this season, some teams like the Rams and Broncos go out and just have an awesome game. And the Lions. The Lions, they're like my second or third favorite team. Because, like, their organization's pretty likable. And the story from them being, like, one of the worst franchises of all time and becoming, like, a good team now with Dan Campbell, it's a pretty cool story. Hopefully they win a Super Bowl soon, which I think their window is closed, but maybe they have time in the future. The Rams, I always kind of like the Rams. Like, they're just pretty cool. Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, outside of his off-the-field drama, but hopefully he can get it together, and, he could be a top 3 receiver by 2030 or something. I don't know. And the Bills, it's really just Josh Allen, just carrying the team, and James Cook. But Josh Allen's really likable, so the Bills are pretty likable. And obviously the Cowboys, my favorite team. No explanation, I guess, because they're my favorite team, the Cowboys. But that'll do it for today. And that's it. And see you guys in the next one.